Happy holidays to all of you from all of us here at yoyotricks.com. In this video, since it is the holiday season, we've got a couple of updates that we wanted to make you aware of. And really this video has 3 parts, and not every part may apply to you, so I'm going to put some timestamps in the side of the video here so you can jump ahead to the part that pertains to you. Now, the first part, we're just going to kind of update people on the packs that we have if you want to get a yo-yo for somebody who's brand new. If you're new to our channel or to our website, then this is a good place to look. The second thing is we've been doing a lot of changes over the last year and into next year, so I wanted to update you on those so that you can kind of get ahead of the curve and get on board with what we're doing and get the most out of what we're doing on this site. And the third thing is we've got a couple of brand new yo-yos that just came out within the last month. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about those because you may be interested in those for the holiday season. So first off, if you are interested in getting a yo-yo for yourself or for someone else and they have never ever yo-yoed before, the place where you really want to start is the Fizz. It's the easiest yo-yo to use that we have ever found. We've taught quite a few yo-yo classes and we've tried several different yo-yos. Ultimately, the Fizz was the yo-yo that seemed to help people get the farthest, the fastest. And we've done this at a lot of different places. The Fizz is really the yo-yo you want to get. It's super durable. It's just great. So what we did with the Fizz is we've put it together in a couple different packs so that it can best meet your needs depending on your situation. So if you're looking to just get one Fizz yo-yo for someone, we recommend getting the Fizz Yo-Yo Beginner Pack. This just comes with the Fizz, some extra strings, which you'll need because strings do wear out even if the yo-yo is not wearing out. It also comes with the loop you can put on your belt loop so that you can take it everywhere. The more you have your yo-yo with you, the more tricks you can learn. Now the second way that you can get the Fizz is what we call the Screen Time Yo-Yo Challenge Pack. And what we've noticed is there's been a lot of research over the last couple of years showing that young people who spend more and more and more time on their screens, that actually affects them in a negative way emotionally and also relationally. And so we thought, you know what, we can do our small part and try to put together something to give people an alternative. If they're bored, there's some other thing they can do, in this case yo-yoing, to get away from those screens and to be at least a little bit more in the real world. And so we tried to think of all the different things that might keep somebody from getting as good at yo-yoing as they could, and we created this system. So the system has 10 tricks built into it, and the idea is if you can get through all 10 of these tricks, then you're going to have enough skill to go into the site and learn, or at least begin to learn, pretty much anything you want. Now the second thing we did is we taught all of these tricks with the Fizz so that with just this one yo-yo you know you can get through all 10 tricks. And then the third thing, and this is probably the most important part, the Screen Time Yo-Yo Challenge Pack has 2 yo-yos. And that's because if you're trying to learn this skill, a lot of the stuff at the beginning can be some of the hardest stuff to learn, especially if you're on your own. And so if you can get 2 yo-yos, one for an adult and a child, or maybe for siblings or for friends, then they can help each other to get through this list of 10 tricks. And by the time you're done with the 10 tricks, I think you'll be pretty excited about what you can do with the yo-yo, and you'll be ready to move on, and it will become a real hobby, something that can genuinely replace screen time with something in the real world. Now the third thing that we have done this year is we created a new pack that we call the Skill Toy Starter Pack, and this is kind of in the same vein, just opening yourself up to as much physical learning as possible. Now you may have noticed a few years ago we started teaching kendama tricks. We have taught right around 100 tricks with the kendama, but we wanted to expand it even more, and so we're going to be getting into juggling and magic. And so what we did is we created one pack that has the yo-yo we recommend that you use if you're getting started in yo-yoing, the Fizz. We also put in the kendama that we use to teach the vast majority of our kendama tricks. We also included some magic sponge balls. These are for sleight of hand tricks, kind of like some beginner techniques that you would want to learn if you want to impress people. And then finally, we included some miniaturized versions of the juggling balls that we're going to be using when we start teaching juggling tricks on the site. And so in this one pack, again, you can get it for yourself or for somebody else, but it contains everything that you need to start getting into all of these different skills. And again, that's just one more thing. It's good for your mind, it's good for your body, it's also good to keep you from spending more time on your screen than you would really want to, which I think, again, it's good for you and it's good for everybody. So now I've already hinted at kind of the second part of the video, so let's get into that. What is it that we've been doing and what are we going to be doing in the near future? Well, I think the biggest change that we've made is we started our own sub-brand, and we call that Throwback Skill Toys. And under the sub-brand, we're going to start releasing a lot more skill toys from a wide variety of skills. I've already mentioned juggling and magic. We're also releasing yo-yos under Throwback. I'll get to that toward the end of the video. But what we started to realize when we looked at ourselves as members of YoyoTricks.com is we love yo-yoing, but we really just love learning. We love learning new skills. I myself, I have 2 master's degrees. One of my business partner, Brian, you have seen him in different videos. He's working on his PhD. And we're constantly just researching things, and we're constantly just learning things, and we just love that. And we also have already, in our lives, we've learned a lot of different skills, whether it's magic or juggling. We've also gotten into other skill toys that we may integrate into the future. And we just thought this seems like a really good way to live. It's a really good way to approach pretty much everything. And so why not add these skills and make them as accessible to people as possible? So that's what Throwback Skill Toys is all about. Now the other thing with Throwback is we are making these products ourselves. And so a lot of the things, especially the yo-yos, but even with the juggling equipment, this is going to be equipment that is on the same level of quality that you can get from other sites. But since we're making it ourselves, we're cutting out the middleman, we're going to be able to offer it at a pretty deeply discounted price without sacrificing on quality whatsoever. In fact, in a lot of cases, we're going to try to bump the quality up just a little bit so that we can stay at the top of our game, but still offer it to you at a much lower price. And so definitely check out all these Throwback products. One of the reasons that we can offer the Skill Toy Starter Pack so cheap is because a lot of those products are made by Throwback, so we can offer those discounts right back to you. Now the other thing that we've been doing this past year has to do with the Level Up system. Now we launched this just about a year ago today, and this is a way that you can track your progress as you're learning how to yo-yo. And as soon as we launched this, just the enthusiasm for it was just off the charts. And one of the first things everybody said is, when can I start using it on my phone? And so we really needed some help developing this. We finally found someone who's been absolutely fantastic. And he was able to get Throwback integrated into our iOS app. So if you do not use our app for Apple devices, you should check that out. It's a fantastic way to see our videos and to use Level Up. You can log in, just check off the tricks that you've seen or that you're able to do. And you can even, it's got a favorites list so that you can keep track of the tricks that you want to learn next. It's the fastest, easiest way to learn how to yo-yo, and it's a lot of fun because you level up along the way. Now I know a lot of you have been waiting for the Android app. That one has taken a little bit more time, but I think that's going to be out in the next week or 2. So look for that. If you are an Android user, look for that where you get your apps, and you'll see that appearing very, very soon. We've gotten some really, really good feedback on it so far. We're just working out the last couple of kinks, and you'll see Level Up in that app as well. Now, since we are using Throwback to get into some more categories, we are going to be integrating kendama and juggling into Level Up in the near future. We hope to get to that by the end of the year, maybe early next year. So all of these different skills will feed into the same level. And again, just try to encourage you as much as possible to learn as many different things as you can. Now, one thing that I hinted at, and this is the third part of the video, we do have some new yo-yos that we want to talk to you about. Now, the first yo-yo that we're super excited about is our first yo-yo from Throwback, and we call it the Arcade. Now, the Arcade is a very, very different yo-yo than anything that we've ever made before. Usually when we're making a yo-yo, we're making it for a very specific purpose. You know, we want it to be super, super good for 5A or a broad range of styles, and that's how we made the Canon. Maybe we want it to be especially good for powering through tricks, and so that's why we made the Civility. And we usually have some sort of very specific goal. With the Arcade, we did have a goal, but it wasn't so much in terms of performance. We just wanted it to be a really enjoyable experience, something that you would just enjoy playing with for hours. And so to achieve that, we made it a little bit lighter than a lot of yo-yos. We also made it just a tiny bit smaller. It's just slightly undersized. It fits in your hand real nice. It also has what's called an organic shape. Organic shaped yo-yos are very comfortable to hold and to use as you're learning your tricks. Now, any yo-yo that's going to be fun has to be able to finger spin really, really well. We went through several versions of this before we got the finger spin ability just right, and we even worked it out in such a way that the artwork in the yo-yo doesn't interfere with the finger spin ability, which can be a problem on a lot of yo-yos. We finally got that perfect. Now the other thing that we did is we actually got a new bearing, new to us and to our store, that we'd never used before. We went through several different bearings to make sure that played just right. The response pads are different than what we've used before. And even the string, we actually designed our own new type of string. We call it throwback certified cage-free yo-yo string, because we wanted everything to be absolutely perfect for this yo-yo. When you use the bearing that's in it with the string that comes with it, the throwback certified cage-free string, it really just comes together in just a perfect package. It's super fun. We all absolutely love using it. We've gotten it out to quite a few people, and the feedback from it, or from them, has been really, really positive. And I think that everybody kind of gets what we were going for. It's just a fun yo-yo to use. We did do a couple different things with the colors. We have some really cool splashes that, of course, we like, but all the solids are two-toned. So we have red, black, blue, and kind of a purplish pink alongside of silver, and we just think they all turned out really, really well. Now, like I said, this is a throwback product, so even though it is the same quality, made by the same manufacturers even as a lot of the yo-yos we sell, you can see that the price is significantly less than what you'd be able to get another yo-yo for, and that's just because we're making it ourselves and we're making it available to you. Now, the second yo-yo we did want to tell you about actually comes from iYoyo, and our customers and we absolutely love their yo-yos, and they gave us a really unique opportunity to pick up a yo-yo that is exclusive to our site. And I was really excited when they told us this, because when we first tried it, it was probably my favorite metal yo-yo of theirs that I had ever tried. And then when they said they wanted it to go exclusively through yoyotricks.com, we were super excited about that. That yo-yo is called the Barbarian. Now, the Barbarian has a wider than usual shape, and it is an extremely good competitive design. But one thing you may not notice right away from looking at it is that it's actually made out of 7075 aluminum, which is a harder aluminum than the standard aluminum that's used in most yo-yos. Now, if you talk to yo-yoers who have been yo-yoing a long time, what you'll find is they are extremely enthusiastic about 7075 aluminum because of just the overall experience and what you can do with yo-yo design. You can make certain parts of the wall thinner, which means that you can distribute the weight a little bit differently. You get a more powerful experience. It's just a better aluminum in general. But the problem with 7075 usually is that it raises costs. But iYoyo was able to get this yo-yo done in such a way that the costs are the same as previous metal iYoyos on our site. And so it is a fantastic deal. It's a fantastic yo-yo. The artwork on it, we absolutely love it. They got every element of this yo-yo perfect, just the way iYoyo seems to always be able to do. So we're super, super excited about this yo-yo. Now, the third yo-yo that we wanted to tell you about is one that's been a really long time coming, and that is the Shutter BiMetal yo-yo. Now, as you may remember, last year we recommended the Shutter wide-angle yo-yo as our favorite metal yo-yo of the year. And actually, we kind of really hit the nail on the head with that one. That same yo-yo was used to win the World Yo-Yo title in 2019, just under 7 or 8 months after we told you that that was going to be the best yo-yo. So we kind of know what we're talking about with these things. And with the Shutter, when the original Shutter came out, a lot of people, they liked it so much, they're like, when are we going to get a BiMetal version? And Yo-Yo Factory, I believe they went through several iterations where they kept trying to make a BiMetal version of the Shutter, and they just didn't feel like it played good enough to put the Shutter name on it. They just couldn't get it to have the BiMetal experience and still kind of maintain that Shutter identity. And so they kept scrapping all the efforts that they'd made to make a Shutter BiMetal yo-yo. Well, finally, what they decided to do is, in Japan, BiMetal yo-yos are super, super popular, and some of the best BiMetal designs have actually come from Japanese designers. So Yo-Yo Factory actually went to one of these designers and said, can you take the Shutter and make it work as a BiMetal? Now, to be honest, I was a little bit skeptical when I first got one of these in the mail before I tried it. It still kind of has that Shutter look, but again, I wasn't so sure that you could make the Shutter into a BiMetal and still have it work. And we were all blown away by this particular design. Whatever they did, however they put everything together, it's got that just super powerful feeling that you want out of a BiMetal, but it still moves the way a Shutter moves. It seems like that shouldn't be possible, but they were able to do it. And so if you are a fan of the shutter, if you're a fan of Gentry Stein and you kind of want the next iteration, the Shutter BiMetal is an excellent, excellent option, and I think that you're really going to like it. So those are all the updates that we have. We really hope that you enjoy your holidays this year. If you haven't done so already, definitely check out our Level Up system. Go check out our throwback yo-yos on our website. We're gonna have links to all of this stuff in the description or just below the video, so you can get right to it if you want to see those things. But we are really, really excited for where we're going for the rest of this year and into next year. So we hope that you're excited too, and we will see you next time.